Hi everybody, welcome to Just God TV. My name is Jim Piper. This is January 2010. Today I want to talk to you about one of Jesus' messages regarding leadership or regarding building your life. What I'm doing is I'm looking at the Sermon on the Mount. I'm reading Matthew chapter 7 verses 24 to 28. And I'm reading out of the New Living Translation. This is what it says. Jesus said, "Anyone who listens to my teachings and obeys me is wise, like a person who builds a house on solid rock. Though the rain comes in torrents and the flood waters rise and the winds beat against that house, it won't collapse because it is built on rock. But anyone who hears my teaching and ignores it is foolish, like a person who builds a house on sand. When the rains and floods come and the winds beat against that house, it will fall with a mighty crash." And after Jesus finished speaking, the crowds were amazed at his teaching, for he taught as one who had real authority, quite unlike the teachers of religious law. There's a few things that I'd like to share about this passage. The first is this, is that when Jesus is talking to us about building our lives, he is using the analogy of building a house. So whether we're talking about building our life or being leaders at home or at work or wherever we are at, the things that I want us to look at is this. First is that the focus of building your life or the focus of leadership, whichever topic you want to embrace today, is on the foundation. Notice that Jesus is talking about where you build your house. So he's talking about the foundation, either the rock or the sand. Now there's a few things about building your house that are important that Jesus is talking about. He's describing the foundation as the person and the teaching of Jesus Christ. In other words, what he's saying is that to build your house on the rock, you have to build your house on the teachings of Jesus and on the person of Jesus. Now what that translates to is several things. First, building your house on the rock means that when you look at God, it's like looking in a mirror, because you need to learn about yourself, why you do what you do and why you don't do what you do. You also need to examine, and I need to examine my relationship with Christ, my relationship with God. That is foundational. And then thirdly, I need to understand that when I talk about building my life, though I need to build a healthy self, my life is about serving other people. It's about serving God. The way I serve God is by creating a healthy self and by serving other people. All right? So the first thing that Jesus is talking about is the focus of our lives should be on our foundation, what we're building our lives on. Second, the freedom that we have in this life is to choose whether to obey or disobey. So the focus is on the foundation. The freedom is in the choice. I can choose to live my own life if I want to, and God is not going to stop me. Or I can choose to obey him. If I choose to obey him, I build my life and I lead by building a house on the rock. If I choose to disobey him, I am building my life on shifting sand, something that constantly changes and can hurt not only myself but other people. And then finally, the future of my life, the future of my leadership, the future of your life, the future of your leadership will be tested. So I've talked about three things. I've talked about the foundation. The focus should be on our foundation, who we're building our life on. The second thing is the freedom in building our lives is in our choices. We either obey or disobey. And the third thing is our choices and our foundation will be tested. In other words, the future of our lives will be tested, and Jesus uses the analogy of storms. So after the storm comes through, we'll know how well we did. And he's reminding us how important it is to build our lives on Jesus Christ. Now, there's all kinds of people who have philosophies out there. I want to challenge you today to open up the Bible and to read Matthew chapter 5, all the red letters until they end. And that's Jesus' Sermon on the Mount. It's a powerful sermon, and those are the exact teachings that Jesus is specifically talking about. Let me leave you with 3 questions. The first one is this: what are some things that you can do to strengthen the grasp of your life's foundation? What are some things that you need to do? This year, do you need to spend more time in God's Word? Do you need to hang around more positive people who are pursuing God? Here's the second question: what choices are you willing to make this year to become obedient to Christ? And here's the third question: can you look back at a storm in your life that revealed what you were building your life on? That always helps us know how well we're doing. Hey, listen, my name's Jim Piper. Thank you again for joining us at Just God TV. I'll see you next week, and I encourage you to read the Sermon on the Mount starting in Matthew chapter 5.